YouTube friends, what's happening? Haven't posted shit in a while. Just been enjoying my time, my winter out here, living in Breckenridge, Colorado. Beautiful little ski resort town. I don't know if you could see the slopes out there. But yeah, this is my home. It was my home last winter. I had a great time, so I'm back here. I'm making the video because of the coronavirus shit going on right now. Everybody's freaking the fuck out, and I don't know how many are going to see this video, but if you do see it, feel free to comment if you disagree with anything I'm saying, but you don't have to freak the fuck out. You could be positive when there's negative shit going on around you. You don't become a victim to the masses, to the mass consciousness, to the mass hysteria that is taking place right now. You could be calm in this, man. Stop freaking the fuck out. And it's easy. You don't have to freak the fuck out. Number one, turn off the TV. Turn off the TV. Turn off the notifications from all the fucking news feeds that you receive. You don't need to know all of that. Whatever you need to know about coronavirus, if you want to learn about it, watch a podcast on it or whatever the fuck. Get the information and then turn that shit off. I wish humans would realize that we are voluntarily, we give up the thing that is most precious, the thing that we have the most sovereignty over, which is our minds, our consciousness. But we voluntarily turn that over to corporations who benefit, and it's not an anti-corporation thing, it's just fucking people. But corporate media, they have a business model. They make money by selling advertisements, and if they could rile up your emotions, you are more likely to stay tuned to their fucking program, and they could sell more advertising, they make more money. And we voluntarily, as a human species, turn over our sovereignty over our consciousness to these corporations. Do it consciously. If you really want to watch a program and take that shit in, just know what you're fucking consuming. Know what you're consuming. Know why they are presenting it the way that they are, what their motive is, and then you want to consume it, go ahead and consume it. But I feel like most human beings are unconsciously addicted to the product of mass media. And now, mass media includes YouTube. You don't need to take it in. Focus on what you can control. That will give you peace of mind. The second thing I wanted to bring up, we'll talk about focus on what you can control again, but meditation. This is where meditation comes in, because in an environment where your mind wants to run off and fucking think of all these fucked up scenarios, which aren't real. All right? There might be a probability of them happening, but it's not real right now. Right now, you watching this right now, or your life right now, day-to-day interactions with people, your work, that is real. The worst case scenarios that people have been prepping their whole fucking lives for, that shit ain't real. That's in your mind. And coming back to meditation, what meditation allows you to do, and my friend Jay, I met this dude, I think just the one time, Jay, I think his name's Costello, but I knew this, I might have even heard it, but it stuck with me after he said it to me, which was just meditation has allowed him a little space between him and his thoughts, right? Meditation allows you, if you just sit back and watch your thoughts, you're gonna realize, dude, your mind's fucking nuts. You come up with so much crazy shit, and you don't have to fucking attach to all of it. Let some of that shit float by. And that's what meditation teaches you. It teaches you that you're not your thoughts, and that it's a choice which fucking thought spirals you go into. And some of those you might have been in your whole fucking life, and detaching from them is difficult. But you can get there with meditation. But meditation gives you that space. And so meditate. Just shut the fuck up, sit down somewhere, focus on breathing. That's the simplest form of meditation. Do 5 minutes, do 3 minutes, and build up. But that will give you a little bit of space. Next time somebody says something about coronavirus, you want to fucking spiral off for the next hour into, worst case scenario, the whole world coming to a fucking end, you'll realize you don't have to attach to that thought. And man, be you still, like don't let the mass hysteria change who you are. And I'm right with everybody, like none of this shit I'm saying is, I'm not saying this because I've mastered it and I'm fucking, teaching people. No, I'm fucking dealing with it too. But I'm noticing people who are usually cheery kind of tripping a little bit. Don't trip, man. Like, focus on what you can control. Coming back to that, there are things that you can control in this situation, right? You don't have to be in large crowds. You could try to, as much as possible, be around people that you know. Don't make out with strangers for a little bit. But focus on what you can control. Good hygiene, right? Don't stand too close to people. And once you do all those things, the rest is out of your control, right? The rest is totally out of your control. If you get it, you fucking get it, and then you control going and getting it treated however you want to do it. You control yourself, your awareness. And one positive thing to come out of this, I believe, it's making us realize how fucking interdependent we are on each other. You're gonna have your nationalists who are gonna say, shut down the borders, that's the fucking solution. That's not gonna fucking happen, Like, human beings are now, with technology, we're gonna move around, we're gonna interrelate across countries, and borders are gonna become more of an afterthought, not less of one. Something like this could pull it back a little bit, but it should make us realize how interconnected the world is, towns, cities, how dependent we are on each other, on each other's awareness. And, you really should practice good hygiene and make sure, do whatever you can not to contract it. Because my biggest fear is actually not really getting it, because it doesn't seem to be harming. I mean, it could still, really wreck my health or even kill me. It's possible. But this MMA analyst that I listened to, Luke Thomas, and one thing he mentioned, he said, if you're walking around saying like, hey, I'm not scared of this, whatever, what you're saying is, hey, I don't really give a fuck about the people who have, less than ideal immune systems, who have some sort of immune deficiency due to, they could be fucking, going through chemotherapy. He brought that up. They could just be, they could have high blood pressure, older people. By saying like, oh, it's not gonna kill me, so I don't give a shit. In a way, what you're saying is, I don't give a fuck, if I become a carrier and I give it to somebody who I kill, who dies from it. I want to avoid that. It's not 100% in my control, but I do want to avoid that. And I don't know, ran over it. I'm still just living my life. Got a ski trip coming up in 2 days. Stoked about that. And I think you should too. Just live your life. Focus on what you can control, and don't trip on what you don't control. Right? The prayer, Lord, grant me the serenity to focus on what I control. I'm fucking up the prayer, but it's essentially, and and give me the serenity to ignore what I have no control over. And that's basically what it comes down to. A situation like this, you control your mind. Don't forget that. Don't outsource your consciousness. Peace and love.